Welcome back. Our guest author this morning is a pathologist and professor at the University of Stellenbosch. Elizabeth Wisserman has released her latest book, which is titled The Adventures of Anna Atom, a read that takes us on a journey of a little Anna and her scientist's parents who live on an island in the Indian Ocean, and how the world of modern science and computer technology turns their world upside down. Elizabeth joins us from our Seapoint Studio in Cape Town to tell us more about this offering. A very good morning to you, Elizabeth.
Good morning.
If you could please take us through the synopsis of this book, the background, and what inspired you to write it.
Well, you know, it's a book that took a couple of years to write. I love nature, and I do think that it's important that children should read about adventures set in real settings and think about science, because I am a teacher at heart, and I do like to inspire, or I try to inspire kids to be interested in science and technology and maths and all that. I believe that learning should be fun, and of course we need to get them to read, and that's a good opportunity also to introduce them to the possibilities of technology.
And what is it in for the children who would pick up a copy of this book and be exposed to this island and this world of science and technology?
Well, you know, it's an adventure, and there's fantasy as well. And instead of conventional magic, we use science, because science can be magic. Look at the cell phone. We don't know how it works, but it, you know, it's magic. And I bring that element of the magic of science into an adventure set in a fantastic place. We use the Indian Ocean island, but Anna and her little brother Pip also goes to the North Pole. And there's a part of the book that's set in volcanoes underneath the sea. So I use all these different settings. And of course, there's a plot with many subplots, you know, the usual stuff of family issues, sibling rivalry, a father removed from his family. But then there's also this evil scientist that's trying to destroy humanity and give it back to nature, because it's about conservation as well, and how we can use science and technology to make the world a better place, which will be very important for the coming generations and the children who will be reading the book now.
Elizabeth, how appealing is fantasy to children these days? Because I must say, children these days grow up pretty fast and exposed to life's real hard-hitting realities at often a very young age. Does fantasy still, is it still impactful?
Yes, just look at the other books on the shelves and at movies. And fantasy, I believe, is very necessary, especially at a certain age. Fantasy takes us to possibilities. It helps you to see the world as it can be, and it's very important, I think, to give to children the wings of fantasy to imagine the future. Without that, life will be pretty drab. You know, so.
I agree. Tell us about some of the characters and how the standout characters, and how difficult or easy it was sort of developing them through the storyline.
Well, it was easy. Everything just sort of fell into place. I started with Anna as this central character. In the beginning of the book, she's about 11 years old, but the book, it's quite a lofty novel. You know, it's a thick book. Children like, one must challenge them. They do like thick books, although there's it's written in 3 parts, which sort of gives them an opportunity to either progress quickly through the book or to halt and to rest a little bit. So I started with Anna at 11, and she matures to be a little bit older, 13 or 14 towards the end of the book. And she's a normal, inquisitive young girl with all the issues of children of that age. She has a scientist mother that's a little bit preoccupied, and her job is to look after the environment and to man a weather station on the island. Her father lives in space, and that's a long story why he lives in space. He cannot come back home, but he looks after sort of a space ark with animals, pairs of animals that they keep in space, for in case something would go wrong in their environment. And this is where the whole environmental issue comes in as well. She has a brother And a father living in space, of course, a brother is not completely normal. He's a biotron, he's half robot, half human, cloned from human DNA and enhanced with technology. He's more irritating even than an ordinary brother. Right. He started off in the story being 5 years old, and then he grows a little bit. She has a dog, that's a robot actually. And we go on, and then there's an evil scientist. Well, you know, he doesn't consider himself to be evil. He's called Uranus Drake, and he's trying to save the world by getting rid of human overpopulation. And he has all right,
Elizabeth, unfortunately I am out of time, but thank you so much. It was so lovely just having a chat with you this morning about your latest offering. That's pathologist and Professor Elizabeth Wisserman speaking to us about her book titled The Adventures of Anna Atom. Time for a quick break. We'll be back.